Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where you can usually find me making over some part of my 400 square foot apartment. Today we're actually going to talk about my personal experience about backing a campaign on a crowdfunding website. I'm going to start from the very beginning where I decided to actually back the campaign, from all the little emails until finally the end, where eventually I did end up this time with a product. So I'll be doing an unboxing to share with you how my experience was and at least the first initial impressions of one of these products. Okay, so the type of crowdfunding we're talking about today is a rewards-based crowdfunding. And Kickstarter and Indiegogo both use this model. Essentially, it's where an individual like myself can donate, yes, donate to a campaigner with the expectation that we will receive a non-financial reward like goods or services. So the two big websites for this reward-based crowdfunding is Indiegogo and Kickstarter, and they both have some pros and cons to them, and they both carry some level of risk. Now, Indiegogo is the easier of the two for a campaigner to get on. There is no vetting, there's no application. You can just kind of like show up and hope for the best. That doesn't mean you're gonna get backers, but it is a much easier platform. It's also an open platform, so there's no limit to how many projects that they can have. Also via Indiegogo, you can actually receive the funds as backers will back you. You can just take that money and use it for whatever you're doing on your project. Unlike Kickstarter, where you actually have to make a goal and then you have to have all of your backers fund that goal, and then finally you'll have your funds released. Also, if you're a campaigner for Kickstarter, there's an application process and a vetting process, and I think they accept about 80% of their applicants. So that's just something to consider. There are two differences. And today I've actually backed a project from Indiegogo, although I found out later that the project was on both Indiegogo and Kickstarter, which I didn't realize you can do, but I guess like, why not both? So I did do this whole thing through Indiegogo. So the project that I wanted to invest in is naturally a cat item. It is Alvino. It is a pet water system. This is the box that it came in. It actually came in a bigger box because there seems to be a smaller box, which I'm sure are filters on the side. But yeah, it's a simple package and just a very simple label. So I don't expect too much from an indie company in that regard. I chose this water fountain for a couple of reasons as my first backing on a campaign. So the first reason I got this is my cat loves drinking water. There are two water sources in my house because she does truly love it. She also really likes dynamic water or like moving water like all cats do. And this is a really good thing because cats can get dehydrated really quickly and that can lead to health problems later on. So having a healthy cat, having multiple water sources is really nice. And I've actually had water fountains before. I have had two and both of them died within the year. Now, I don't know if this was like a motor issue or I don't know if it was like the ones that I was finding. The one was kind of expensive. I think I spent $50 on the one, but look at me now. Now I'm backing campaigns on Indiegogo for a water fountain for my cat. But the second reason I backed this campaign is because the design is really sleek. It looks really easy to clean. It looks like it has a really good water capacity. In fact, it claims it'll have about 4 days worth of water, which is awesome. And yeah, it just looked very like crisp and clean in the ad, and I really liked the look of it. It also looked really quiet, and I do like the sound of water, but like not all of the time, particularly when I'm filming like this. The third reason I wanted to back this campaign is I actually just wanted to have the experience of trying one of these websites out with as little risk as possible. So this is about $100 or so, and there's a ton of projects that are way more that I was interested in, but I A, don't have that money, but B, I don't know if I should be spending that money on something I don't know that I'll receive. So I just wanted to experience just backing a product and seeing how that came out for me. So I became a contributor of Alvino on September 3rd of this year. I purchased the water fountain with 5 additional filters for $110 USD. In the original email, Indiegogo gave me a contributor ID as well as an estimated shipping date, which was October 15th. In this email, they also reminded you that this was a donation and not a purchase, and that they could give you a refund within 10 days. I think this is Indiegogo's way of like, if you want to change your mind, you can. Otherwise, it is up to the campaigner to give your money back if they can't give you the product. So I didn't actually receive the product until January 18th, so about 4.5 months. It did take a really long time, but I am keeping in mind that the world right now is a little bit difficult, specifically speaking to like the virus situation. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube, but it does make all of the things more difficult, so that was something to consider. I did really like that the company really kept me in the loop. They sent me 8 emails in total. So the first email that I got was on September 17th. And I was told that the production line was ready, it just needed to be certified. And then October 19th, I was reminded that they didn't forget about us and that they would ship soon. There was just a delay due to the virus. On October 29th, they updated specifying a 10-day delay. And then on December 9th, they explained that there would be another month in delay, but in a lot of detail. There was like words like cargo and shipping and planes and automobiles. And I mean, I appreciate that they was very detailed because they really wanted to like keep us in the loop, but I kind of just skimmed through it. On January 6th, I did get an email that my product shipped. And then on January 8th, they sent me 2 emails. I guess they were just feeling really chatty that day, but they explained that there was a problem in the manual, that it wasn't explaining things correctly, that there was like one little thing that they needed to fix, as well as they sent some tips for a longer lasting machine. So, all of that said, 4.5 months later, I did get the product. So we are going to do an unboxing today and see if we have all of the parts. Now, for any of these campaigns, I really recommend you taking a look at the comments because there's one thing I'm a little bit worried that it's missing, and that's a buckle for fixing. I have no idea what that is, but there were some comments saying that they did not receive that part. So it is something that I'm a little bit concerned about, but it seems like they are still communicating with people, and it seems like people are receiving those buckles if they don't have it. So if they don't have it, we're not gonna be able to work this today, but we can try. Okay, so this is the main box, and then I think those are the filters in the back there. So again, it's not fancy packaging, but for an indie brand, I didn't really expect it to be. So we're just going to, okay, all right. So let's see what we have. Ooh, okay, paper. All right, so it's like a little bit of a layered packaging, which is cool. It comes with a manual, and it says the user guide. So this is the one email did say that one of these instructions are wrong, so I will have to refer to that as well. But it has that. I'm assuming this is like a starter filter. And this is the power cord, which does come in a nice little bag. Cool. It's a simple cord. I wonder why this is separate. Like, why is this a plugged in thing and then this is there in addition? I'm curious. Like, why does that? Okay. Whatever. It's huge. It's much bigger than I thought it was gonna be. All right, so there is clearly some things at the bottom that looks like the base from what the commercial show. I'm honestly surprised that Floof hasn't shown up. She loves when I unbox stuff. Oh, I'm already dropping things, good. This is a plastic. And this is the stainless steel, which does in fact feel like stainless steel. That's also a huge amount of water that that can hold. It's awesome. Cool. That is a really cute logo. I like that logo a lot, actually. Everything looks as advertised so far. This is the base, which is ginormous. Yep. These are filters. Cool. I'm gonna try to set this thing up and I'll show you my findings. Okay, so we're gonna try this thing out. I think I set it up properly. I will say the buckle for fixing that everyone was looking for was very tiny. It's this little thing here, and it is necessary to set everything up. So it would be really unfortunate if I did not get that. So we're gonna see if I set it up correctly. Uh-oh. Ah! It's working! Oh, it's so cute! It's so quiet, too. You can really hardly hear it. I'm gonna bring Floof out and see what she thinks. Floof! Come look! Oh, situated. So it's pointed towards her. Look, look, look. How are you? She's like, I don't care. Okay. So honestly, I'm really happy to say that this went really well for me. My first impressions of this product are really positive. It was very easy to set up. I had all the parts that I needed, and any issues in the manual was clarified to me previous to me even getting the product, so I don't really feel misled at all. I was also kept in the loop by the company the entire time, and it does all the things that I wanted to do. It's so quiet, and it is this moving current. I'll have to let you know about features like it has a stronger water push to like get cat hair out and all of that, as well as it has a like steady temperature feature that I have to play with. So there's some features that I do have to play with this, and it is a longevity thing. Like my other fountains did work, but within a year. So only time will tell how this product will work for me, but as a first impression, it's really positive and I really enjoy the product. So to summarize my experience, it was a really good one, honestly, for this project in particular, from beginning to back the campaign to the end of receiving the product. There were delays along the way, but I knew about them, and it is a very specific time period because of the whole virus thing. It is making things difficult for everyone in terms of shipping, in terms of production, in terms of investors. So I am very happy that I did end up getting this product. I did, however, kind of know that it would take forever, knowing that like if normal shipping for normal products is going to take forever, this would as well. So the original deliver date was in October, and obviously it is late January. So there was a delay in that. However, I did get the product, so I'm not complaining, as well as I really like the product. I do want to mention, however, that Kickstarter and Indiegogo are both platforms for either startups or small businesses or bigger businesses that want to try new things, and sometimes even scammers. So you need to keep an eye on the company's like social presence. How are they on YouTube, on Indiegogo or Kickstarter, on their own personal websites? What are reviews of previous products that they have had? Also, these websites do allow comments, and it looks like there is no editing of comments allowed. So when something goes wrong, you really know that something's go wrong. I know I looked at this smart fish tank and it was just comment after comment of we never received our item, this is a scam, you know, and you kind of know like I don't want to back that project. But if something very, very new, you're not going to get those comments. So it's good for you to keep an eye out on the company's track record. I think it's really important to note that you are not shopping on these websites. You are donating with the hopes that you'll end up with one of these rewards. So just keep that in mind and be ever vigilant when you go on these websites. But it is always fun to check out new tech, and I definitely will not stop doing this. I will say this is not my only experience. This is just my first experience. I did actually back another campaign in August, and those are the only two that I've ever backed before, and I haven't received it yet. I will say, though, that they are communicating why we haven't gotten the product yet. It looks like an investor backed out, which really sucks because it's a second iteration of a product that was previously well received. So Fingers crossed that it comes back around, and hopefully not too many months longer, but listen, it could be a year later, and that's just something I'm gonna have to be okay with if I've decided to give my money to one of these companies. In any case, I'm really interested in hearing your opinion on this. I'm curious if you've ever backed a project yourself and what happened with the project. Did you ever get what you had hopefully donated towards, or did you just never get the item and you just waited around forever and lost all your money? I'm really curious what people's experiences were. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.